Do you feel inadequate when it comes to sharing the good news of Jesus Christ? Perhaps you're fearful of not being good enough and not getting it right. Do you long to have God's powerful presence flowing more in your life? I'm Wilma Watson, the producer of the teaching on how to embrace and share God's grace. This life-changing course will set you free from inner shame. It will help you and equip you to effectively lead those in your inner circle to Christ by helping you remove the blockages that hinder the flow of God's grace and empowering presence. Blockages such as doubt, unforgiveness, and self-righteousness. Did you know that these hindrances are rooted in inner shame? Satan's goal is to deceive God's children and keep them shame-bound. The evil one does this by having you believe a lie to prevent you from having a clear picture of your personal identity in Christ. The lie could be that you feel you're not as good as other Christians. You sense that you're not as spiritual as others, as you struggle to hear from God, pray aloud, or share the good news. Or maybe you feel that you're not doing enough to gain God's approval. This is the wonder of God's grace. When we became God's children, we were covered with a robe of righteousness. Sadly, many of God's children haven't fully taken hold of what Jesus did for them at the cross. The fact is, we now no longer need to perform to gain God's approval. We are accounted righteous, unconditionally loved, and accepted as God's precious child. If you are not enjoying the benefits of being a child of God, maybe it's because you are wearing a cloak of shame over the top of your God-given robe of righteousness. My daughter said to me recently, "Mum, why don't you share with others how you and Dad so effortlessly lead so many to Christ?" A pastor friend suggested that I first teach on inner shame, for he believes it prevents many Christians from being empowered and effortlessly sharing God's love and saving grace. So in this course, we will show you how to overcome the hidden baggage of inner shame, such as the fear of not getting it right and the fear of being rejected or embarrassed when sharing the gospel. Many are drowning in the sea of despair, fear, worry, and confusion, and need to be rescued out of the kingdom of darkness. If you have not personally helped someone become a child of God recently, then this guilt-free course is definitely for you. You'll learn how to capture the hearts of those you interact with by understanding and meeting their felt needs. You'll then be fully equipped to help them make the most important decision of their lives, equipped with a brief presentation on how to become a child of God. We'll show you how to store the presentation on your mobile and share it with those who mean a lot to you. Plan now to begin this liberating journey to become whole and walk in your God-given purpose.